Hey, Pixel City. Sorry about that. That was some technical difficulty stuff going on there. I had no idea what was going on. Still trying to get a little set up here. Okay. Whew. So, like I said, I'm coming on a little early before teacher Kelly gets here. Just bear with me as I try to figure out what I am doing wrong here. There we go. All right. Maybe it's a sip of coffee I need. Hey, Pixel City. Hey, Spongy Gold. So, my quick intro is I do the intro before teacher Kelly will get on here. That way my stuff is done, taken care of, and then the focus can go on her. I will ask her some questions. She will give an intro to herself and her channel, and then we open it up to the audience and then ask her, me, mostly her, because I'm trying to use this as a conduit, of course, to help other creators. So hopefully you have had time to come up with some creators. I hope everybody can hear me okay. Um, that's okay, Pixel City, no problem. If you don't mind liking the live before you leave, though, that would be awesome, unless you already have. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm just a small time gardening channel. It's just me. I don't have a videographer. I don't have a crew, a cast. I dig in the garden. I plant the garden. I weed the garden, harvest, dig it up, and lather, rinse, repeat. Not to, I'm not trying to brag on myself. I'm just saying there are a lot of channels out there that do gardening that are professionally done, and a lot of them are actually at a garden nursery. A lot of people don't know that, but a lot of them are filmed at a garden nursery. I literally turn the soil myself, plant it, dig it, I work in it, and try to film it. And that's the reality of it, and I enjoy it. That's my hobby. Um, Also, I do a little woodworking. I do have a wood shop. I use my wood shop to help uh, build stuff for Okies Eden, to, to do posts, the fencing, the trellises, the different gates I'll be building, all sorts of stuff. Um, hey, Grandma Teresa. So that's also what I do on here. I also do a little farm to table. I'm not a cook. I'm not a chef. I learned to cook from my mom and my grandmother, and then I just took it from there and just learned on my own. And I watch some cooking channels, but I will do farm to table, things that I remove or harvest from my garden. I will cook them, and I have one coming up Saturday or Sunday. We have a party Saturday in our house. I'm doing a pulled pork dish, and then I'm also doing. I did cowboy candy, and the recipe is coming up Sunday or Monday. I can't remember which, but you'll see that. And I'm wearing my Sasquatch shirt while I'm doing it. Um, Okies Hustle is my second channel. That's where I just take analytics and data analysis from this channel and talk about it over there. So if I make a mistake, I tell people. If I do something to help my channel grow, I tell people so they can fix their channel. Uh, and then I also have been using my channel for collaborations, which have been great. All of the subscribers that I've had early on have been coming on. It's been great. So today is going to be Teacher Kelly Tag. I know a lot of the people that I subscribe to also follow her. And so she's going to come on here in a couple of minutes. Kelly is now here. Um, she's going to be coming on soon. And what I do want to mention is I think you can, if you wish to, if you're one of my subscribers, if you want to drop your um, channel, your at and the channel name into the chat, go ahead. There's enough people on here that can watch out for trolls for me. Please just take them out as you see fit. I trust everybody that's got a wrench, no problem. If you want to do a live stream with me, a collaboration with me, all you have to do, email me at okieseden@gmail.com. Okieseden@gmail.com. Put collaboration, collab, collaborate, something in the subject field. That's the channel, or that's the email I'm using to set up collaborations. So if you want to do one with me, please email me. Uh, I just ask that you are a current subscriber, and I have followed you. We've interacted somewhat, so basically a basis of trust there that I know it's not going to be a troll or something coming on to do something. Um, and next week, of course, Wednesday is going to be Misty's Pleasures of Life. And she has a daughter, Spongy. Everybody knows Spongy Gold by now. I believe Spongy's here, so she will be coming on next week, and I'll announce that more as it gets closer. With that said, if everybody is ready, Teacher Kelly is going to come on, so she can click that link at any point. When she comes on, she's going to describe her channel really quick, and then I'm going to ask her a few questions, and then if she might ask me a question or two, and then we're going to talk. So enough of this Okies eating garbage. We all know everybody's here for Teacher Kelly tags. So anytime she wants to come on, I am ready. I have my really, really, really tough questions here for her. She knows I'm kidding. They're not tough questions. Anybody that's seen my live streams know that my questions I develop myself based on their channel and what I've seen their channel do and what they've said on their channel. I just like to, it gives them another opportunity to have somebody question their channel so they can give a little deeper information on what their channel's about. That's what I try to do because, like I said, this is a conduit to help others to grow their channel as we're all trying to get monetized. So, so that's what we're trying to do here. Give people some interaction time with others. At the end of this live, I will make it public. If you don't mind, go in and make a comment so other people can come back later that want to watch it later. And they can go down through the comments and they can see if there's somebody there that they don't follow yet and they may want to go interact with them or go view their channel and see if it's somebody they might want to follow and interact with. I hope everybody's having a great Friday. I can't believe it's Friday already. We're here, we're knocking on the door of the weekend. And tomorrow, I got a lot of work to do today out in the garden, but tomorrow it's going to be pulled pork I'm making in the morning. I'll get that going in the slow cooker with my cowboy candy. We're going to have Italian pasta salad. We're going to have homemade mac and cheese, and then some other casserole. Everybody that's coming to this little shindig here in southern Oklahoma to my yeehaw party is going to bring a dish of some sort. And then we have a strawberry whipped topping mixture that gets mixed in with angel food cake for dessert. So it's going to be really cool. I'm going to try to film some of it if they want to be part of me putting that on YouTube. And now the one and only Teacher Kelly.
Hello.
Hello, Teacher Kelly. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me okay? Hopefully there's no kind of echo. I was all set up to go live on my laptop, but I didn't realize this kind of a link only allows you to go live on the phone. So, okay, good, good. Um,
Mind just introducing your channel and then I'll ask you a few questions.
is Teacher Kelly Tag, and it is all about teaching. It started as online teaching, and now I talk all about teaching in the classrooms and topics related to that, although occasionally I do go off topic and talk about other things. I do book reviews, or I'll talk about something that could apply to teaching or other careers as well. Like I have one recently called Coworkers Are Not Your Friends, or about friendships or things like that, but mostly try to stick to teaching topics. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Everybody's saying hi to me.
Are you ready to be grilled?
Yes.
How long have you had your channel?
I have had it for almost 7 years, believe it or not. I haven't taken it as serious that whole 7 years. Sometimes a lot of times I just did it for fun I went through a period where I was just going live every week and that's all I did. So, you know, when don't let that scare you to think it took me 7 years to grow a channel because I didn't really always take it seriously.
I meant to say this in the intro is, you know, a lot of people forget that teachers, as a parent, I remember when I was a parent with my young kids going to school, and that, I never thought of it this way, but other than parents, teachers spend more time with your kid than anybody.
Yep.
You know, that have a good board of education, good teachers. That's so important. Um, it I remember you were talking about you were on your porch or back porch or whatever. You were talking about doing your challenge. Are you doing that now, and is that going well, or how did that work out?
No, I did. A lot of people do 30 videos in 30 days, one every day. I was going to try to do one every other day. So I was going to do about 15 videos in 30 days. I didn't make it. I only made 11 during that period. I had vacations or other things come up. So no, I didn't make it. But I guess that you could say I made a lot more videos than if I hadn't been trying on the challenge way.
Out there, I know. After Dark 60 was on the other day, she said she saw a profound effect on her channel. Has it had an effect on your channel? Do you think?
It's because it's summer and less people are watching teaching videos, but no. My views are down actually, so oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
What inspired you to be a teacher originally?
Liked kids. I've always, had a love for kids, but it's actually a second career for me. I first got into teaching type jobs because it worked well with my kids' schedules. Before becoming a certified teacher, I was an online teacher. I taught in a private school. I was a assistant teacher. I've been a substitute teacher. Well, I before all that, I started by volunteering in my own kids' school because I think that's important. So I was doing a lot of things before becoming a teacher, but definitely have always loved kids. Mhm.
Online, private, public? Have you ever been part of like the board of education, anything like
I
that,
haven't.
or do they?
No.
I guess that would be my next question: is do they allow a teacher to be on the board, or is that considered a conflict of interest?
Actually, I'm not sure about that. I'm probably it would depend on your local district. Every district has different rules. If you're talking about the local board of education, yeah.
Favorite topic to teach?
But a whole bunch. You know what? I will honestly say I like where I am now. I'm a special ed preschool teacher. I like this age. They're so sweet. They love you uh, immediately. If my most popular video was why I quit teaching middle school, which that was not middle school is not for
Yeah.
me, and they hate you immediately. The preschoolers they love you immediately, so it's totally
And,
opposite.
and so you do special education now?
Yes.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
Before I continue on questions, it was funny because my son, when we first moved to Texas, in his senior year, he you had to have some, you got to have so many credits to graduate. Well,
Yep.
he already had all of his, and he had a job he had to go to, and he didn't need the class,
Mhm.
so they duplicated his class by mistake. So he had already taken and passed the class the year before, and he didn't want to leave an hour early because then he'd have to sit there for an hour waiting to go to work. So he went to his counselor to help set that stuff up, and she actually came to him and she said, "Hey, the special education department, you're very well liked, good kid. Would you be willing to go help out in that class?" And he goes, "Yeah, sure." So he actually helped. He got credit for the class, but then he already passed it. So he went to the special education class, and he got to help all year long with the special education. It was really awesome. Yeah, but
Too. Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. What is the funniest thing that has ever happened in your classroom? Yeah.
The funny. Yeah, I don't. The funniest. I can't think of like. I mean, there's little everyday things that have the kind of small funny things, with preschoolers. I can't think of one off the top of my head. Sorry, but and thank you, Chef Zed, for the compliment.
Let's see. Do your students slash family, do they know about your channel or follow your channel? Okay.
I do not tell anyone. It's funny. I keep my channel very quiet. Like my real life, I guess I could call it, and my online life very separate. I only have even told a few family members. When I worked in the middle school, they found it accidentally. So, and then they they started watching my videos, so I privated every one of my videos and then didn't make them public again until the end of that year. But after that was over, I went to a brand new school district, brand new everything. So I've been really, really careful. The mistake I made with that was that I was trying to give myself watch time, so I was using my work account to watch my videos, and then they showed up in suggestion. So now I am so careful. Never ever on a work device do I watch, my own channel or anything, so that like nothing will come up accidentally with them seeing me or anything. So no way. I guess if I become some famous YouTuber, they might find it, but so far nobody has. Yeah.
Friends that know about it and they don't share it, and I've asked them not to. They're the ones that wanted to be part of it. But for the most part, I know a lot of us are in agreement that we don't tell our family and friends because most of them wouldn't watch anyways and they wouldn't care. So why bother, you know? Um,
And then a couple years later, a couple of my cousins found out, but I don't talk about it much. They will watch once in a while, but only if it's like a video they're interested in, that catches their attention. They don't watch just to watch or anything, but yeah.
can have a huge influence because of the time they spend with their students. I go back. One of the reasons when I started watching your channel, the reason I wanted to watch your channel was um, I watched the one with the monetization. I was watching before that. You talked about monetization, but then what turned me onto the channel was the teacher part because I can honestly say one teacher I know there's one teacher that I had when I was in my senior year, and I again like my son I had all my credits needed, but I had one class that I had before I could go to work. I didn't start work till like 3 in the afternoon, and if I didn't take that class, I would have had to have, left at noon and I would have to wait an hour or two. And I didn't want to have to drive all the way home, then go to my job. So I took a class and I took one of the higher end math classes because I had taken all the lower ones, but I didn't need it. I didn't need it. I just took it because it was a fill in and I didn't want to do a study hall because they're boring. So I took this math class and I could not, I was struggling with the one. Remember logic to P, not P? Um, you know what I mean? I struggled for some reason with that. And she came to me. I came to work one day and I was so frustrated with it. I'm like, I don't need this class. The heck with this. I'm just going to do a study hall and take a nap. So I told her I was quitting the class. So she pulled me aside after class and she said, why are you quitting? I said, because I don't need it. And it's frustrating and I don't understand this part of it. And it's making me mad. And I don't want to get all flustered. She goes, I have two other students that are having issues with some of the other stuff that are having trouble with passing. I'm doing 2 nights after school, today and tomorrow. Would you be willing to stay? So I called my work and said, hey, I'm going to be an hour late both days. They were always cool about it. And within 1 hour, she had showed me what I was doing wrong. And I immediately, as soon as that clicked, that class was the easiest class I understood it all, and it like unlocked everything. And then I went back the next day, and she reiterated everything we did. She gave me a bunch of problems. The other two students did really well, but she took the time. There's some teachers there that will, if they knew I didn't need the class, she could have just said, "Well, then quit. Then I don't care. I'm getting paid." But she said, "No, please don't quit." And because of her, I always remember that. So that's why I don't quit on a lot of things if I don't understand it, because I know eventually it might click. And when it does, and you can unlock it, then you can learn so much. But it was that one person that said, "Don't quit," and she was a teacher, and I didn't, and that I'll never forget her. She's passed away since then, but she was my favorite teacher of all time because she took the time, and that is so important for teachers. I feel that, I know they don't always get the notoriety. I know they don't make the big paycheck, but they have so much impact.
One story of that one teacher that made an impact on them. So, and Misty says teachers can make all the difference, definitely. And then Chef Zed was asking how long I've been on YouTube. 7 years. So, yeah, 7 years. Haven't taken it seriously that whole 7 years. So, but I have, yes.
All Brenda, some of us, some of the regulars, we always joke about the gurus. Put this hashtag in and get a million views. And I always thought that was great I saw your preview because I have you on the notification bell. It came up and it said you have a video coming up. So I'm like, oh, how I got monetized. I'm like, or how I'm making money, how much am I making or something. So I'm like, I got to go watch this because this will be interesting because I knew you weren't the guru going, oh, do this. And then you actually mentioned you'd been on for a long time and you'd put a lot of time and work into it, and it was the one video that helped you get there. But you also go back and say it's hard work. It takes time, effort, and work, and it does.
A lot of the gurus do say you're one video away, and that is true. I kept hearing it and didn't really believe them because it never happened to me until it did happen to me. I have one video with over 74,000 views, and then my second highest viewed video is not even 2,000. So to give you perspective of how wide of a gap my highest and most of my videos get, uh, so and that video monetized me, and I still haven't gotten the minimum $100 to get a check. So I still haven't gotten a check on YouTube yet. So right, right. Definitely not. Uh, so Nicole said 7 years and you're still here is the exact reason why this space is for people like you. The patience and dedication is admirable. Thank you. Thanks. I like doing it or I wouldn't continue. I think if I was only doing it just for the money or to get monetized, I'm sure I would have given up a long time ago. But I like it and I consider it a hobby. So, you know, like something, I don't know, it'd be like somebody who knits and maybe makes a little bit of money from their knitting, but they just do it because they like it or something, basically, is what I would say about me. Mhm.
So if you have any for me, feel free to ask. Otherwise, everybody can just start asking questions, and we'll try to hit the ones we can answer. I guess my other question would be, I did have one more, is how long have you been teaching for?
Everything that I've been doing teaching related, maybe like 12 years. In this particular role that I am in now with the special ed preschool, I'm only going on my third year in that role. But yeah, with teaching with everything. Hmm.
None of us understand the YouTube algorithm.
There'll be someone who does the exact opposite and they'll have success. So it's like not like some of the advice, what they're saying is just one way. Yeah.
Those gurus, I've looked at studying them a little bit. YouTube on the studio actually puts out new information all the time. And if you watch, they'll pick when they talked about how they changed the way they pushed the shorts in 2025 and how they read the views versus interactions. They did All of a sudden there was 20 gurus out there talking about that, and all people have to do is go to the YouTube dashboard and watch a 30-second video where they explain it instead of going and watching a 20-minute clickbait video where they don't explain anything. That's been my point.
They get their information where you can get your information, right?
The clickbait, the thumbnail, the title, and then they drag it along for 12 minutes. I just don't like to do that. I mean, yeah, I try to do an interesting, because you got to have an interesting thumbnail so at least looks like something they might want to see, and then just a decent title. But a lot of it comes down to interaction and personality, and you know, if people don't like you, they're not going to watch your video.
Definitely. Yes, and making a community like we have helps a lot too. If I know the person, I'm going to watch more of their videos, or if they're always commenting back, and bonus if they also watch my videos, then if I like you and we're not like interacting back and forth, I'll still watch your videos if something comes up that interests me, but I might watch that video I normally wouldn't click on if I didn't know you, just because it's you, if we know each other. So, yeah,
Viewers and subscribers you get that interact, it does get more difficult to interact with everybody because you have like 1,500 some plus subscribers. You can't hit every single one of them every single day and watch there's just not enough time in the day. So you interact with the ones that really are in your basically your inner circle, you know. Yeah, Nicole, nobody understands it. That's funny.
yeah. And she also said, "I'm enjoying this community." Me too. Um, And then let's see, Chef Zed was talking about shorts. I make all of my shorts from existing videos. Just hit the remix button and it's easy and you can make them in 30 seconds. I rarely make them from scratch. Um, but I, but they click to your long form that you made them from. So, yeah.
I've been segmenting my videos, which works for me because when I'm in the garden, I'm at the pumpkins, then I'm at the green beans, then I'm at this. So I can do a quick one on green beans, stop it, do a transition in the video, but then I can then take that piece there and just cut it out, make that a short. Like I did that yeehaw hat where I sped up my voice to sound like a chipmunk. That was part of the video I just dropped out, and I thought, hey, that would be funny if I just sped up, made me sound like a chipmunk.
Right.
And so I did that. So yeah, and that's really interesting. Like as a new YouTuber, I didn't realize all of that, and you'd be spending hours trying to do videos, and it was just like, well, I can do one long video, break out shorts out of it, or remix, like you said, and then or where I would do if I when I was if I when I went if and when I'm doing dad jokes, I'll have like 20 jokes. I'll just have different shirts, hats, sunglasses, and just keep changing it up. Do all the videos, and then I can just dump them into YouTube and then edit them and just release them on certain days. For 4 hours work, I only had to set up once, and that's a big time saver.
You could also put on different sweaters or jackets. Like I have this basic um, gray shirt. I could put on different sweaters or jackets if you're filming the same thing consecutively too, and people don't really notice. That's another trick if you're batch recording. Yes. Um,
Baseball cap.
are either of your channels monetized yet? Okay. Yeah.
This one here, I didn't start. I started. I've been on YouTube since 2011, but I used to be a huge boxing fan, so that's all I had it for was to because I would like and then follow certain boxing channels. I didn't content create until late the last week of February 2025
Okay.
is when I started. And last I checked them at 450, so I figured that's not bad growth for from late February to now for that channel.
That's yeah, that's good.
Um,
That's good.
and my hours are climbing. I haven't even checked my hours,
Mhm.
but I know they're climbing. I checked them last week. So if I get if I like so what I tell people is I don't have to be monetized. I did it as a challenge. And then once I can get monetized and know how to do it, then I can share that with others and help them get monetized. So what I want to do, because like I said, because I've been working since I was 10 years old, and I started paying into taxes at 13 when I worked for the school district. So my Social Security, I have a retirement package. My wife has retirement. We're set for retirement. I'm doing it as a challenge to myself, and I want to help. I really do want to help others to get monetized. So once I get monetized, then I can. That's why I started Okies Hustle, so I can start taking data from here, moving it over there, and talking about it, and then help people. Once I get that one closer, and then once I do get monetized on one of them, then I can really start to push, hey, I got monetized. Let me help you get monetized. And I don't care if I never make a penny from it. The challenge to me is I want them to send me the notice that says, hey, you're monetized. And I'll be happy. I'll be like, okay, cool.
You're doing it in real time so people can see how you do it, and then when you do it, watch my old videos through the process. Um,
And Okies Hustle, the reason I do that is because it's something I saw in my analytics like that morning. And I don't want to do a video, edit it, wait 2 weeks to release a video or 2 days later. So, because what I did was I did the whole thing on the SEO with short form, and I just did absolutely nothing in two videos. I just put a one-word title, two-word description, and just Okies Hustle is the only hashtag, and they scored almost as many views as my other shorts. And then
meant to try it, but I haven't done it yet. I keep forgetting. But you said that you're getting traction on your hashtag.
aren't pushed as heavy. Where YouTube was doing the whole, they're trying to be more TikTokish. They were trying to get those shorts out there and drag in more people. So I know the long forms require more SEO study. Make sure you are putting all that in a good, the good thumbnail, the good title, because people are going to watch for 15, 20 minutes. It better be good. And the other one was I always wait because I learned that early on. I wait 24 hours before I release an edited video, just so the algorithm can chew on it a little bit. Well, so last week I did two videos where as soon as I finished them, they were just shorts. As soon as I finished them, I released them. Those only got 100, 120 views. So I'm pretty sure that it does. I think you do better if you do wait that little bit of time. So that's the kind of information. That's what I like to give out on that. I like to tell people, hey, if you're just releasing your videos, just be patient, do your video, but then schedule it for next day. See at least try. It's only 24 hours. Give it a try.
Okay, so that really did make an impact. That's good. Good to know.
Is I go in, I have my thought process. I have what video I want to do, and then even before I tape the video, I think about what I kind of want to say and talk about and video. Do my research, get all that stuff, then video, upload it all, keep it unlisted. Then I go and do that a pinned comment right away. I don't know if you do that or not before I release it. So you have to set it at unlisted, or you can't do it. What you do is you unlist it. Then all you do is you click on to play the video on your YouTube channel. It'll start to play. Just click on comment, and you can say, "Hey, welcome. If you like this content, please like and subscribe." Or what's your favorite vegetable? Blah blah blah. Enter, and then pin that comment. That comment will be there immediately when the video goes live. Then you don't have to go. So when your video releases, it's there. You don't have to go into your video a minute after it releases and try to put a comment in, and people are already commenting. It gives them.
Take that.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and then what I do is then I come back out, go to schedule, then I do the whole tomorrow or the next day at a certain time. Take it off of unlist, put it on private, put the time in, and go. So I always give it at least 24, and I notice a huge difference if you just release, because they say that the algorithm, it wants 24 hours at least to go in, see your hashtags, your keywords, what the video is, and it's figuring out who it's going to push it to is what they claim. I don't know if that's true or not, but I have seen a huge difference.
Hold on. There was a comment I wanted to comment about. Oh, Nicola said that she has a few hundred watch hours left to go. I assume that means to monetization. So everybody, I will do this, and you got to do this too. Tonight, when you go to bed, click on one of Nicola's playlists and just have it play while you're sleeping, and she can get some more watch hours. Mhm.
On each week. He has a TV in his room, they have a TV in the living room, and then I have my phone. And then I pick 3 different people in my subscriber list, and then I run their playlists all night on 3 different. Yeah, it works.
Close to monetization, let us know and we'll. Yeah, because I got the subscribers first, but I hear some people get the watch time first. I guess it just depends on your niche or good idea, Kelly. Yes. So actually, let me tell you another trick that I've done with live streams. This isn't just another way to do videos. Because sometimes I just want to say what I have to say and get it over with. But so I'll live stream and have a topic that I want to be able to stand on its own and be like more long form video. I'll go live and do it. And then you can edit lives in YouTube Studio. Sometimes they make you wait like 24 hours, but some people think you can't edit lives. You can. You can even add music. Usually I cut out like pauses, and I have a great interaction with the audience while I'm live, but then I go back later and I'll edit out the interaction because that doesn't do as well for the replay unless it's a very specific question or interaction having to do specifically with that topic. But if it's just like, hi, how are you? And then your those videos can stand alone as that topic. I have one right now that's kind of ever that I made 6 months ago that's gotten some traction and gets pretty good views now. So, because it's searchable. So that's just giving you an idea of another way that you can get videos out there as well. I mean, you can't add B-roll. I mean, there are some disadvantages, but there's some advantages to doing it that way too. And us and our bunch is saying, I
Yes, you can.
music. Go look at some of my older lives. I add music after it's over. And then when you make the shorts from your lives, then it's got music under it too. So
I do it all the time. You can just go into your the studio after it's public. You set it up, and you just go in just like you would in a regular video. Nicola's asking how. You just go back in. You can add better title. You can create a thumbnail for it. Click on the picture. It'll give you the little pencil at the top. You can add your description. You can add a pinned comment. You can add all sorts of hashtags. Like she said, you can add music and
it's editor or studio edit or something, and that's where you can get the music and you can cut out the pauses and cut out the chatter with the audience, and you can cut the beginning and the end, especially if the beginning's just like, hi, can you hear me, like cut that kind of stuff out. Or if you're in the middle of a live stream and you have to get up and something happened, you get interrupted, you can edit that out. Uh,
so if anybody does do this and try to edit it, just understand that after you do a live stream, YouTube is uploading it. You have to wait for it to finish uploading, or it won't let you use the editor. It'll tell you editing or uploading in process. So that may be what you're seeing. Give it time. Eventually, it's going to say upload. It's going to say public or private or whatever it is. It's done uploading. Then you go into editor and you can just do whatever you need to do. But you have to wait for it. You have to wait for it to be done being uploaded.
Definitely. And it just won't let you. Like once you click on the editor, you won't be able to edit anything. So you'll know if you're not able to. Nicola said she learned something good. Somebody asked something that I was going to. Oh, Chef said, can I edit on my phone? I haven't tried to use YouTube Studio on my phone, so I'm not sure. So
difficult because you have to go when you go into like Google or something and it brings up the screen. It's not like the app. It gives you everything you see on the laptop, and it's so tiny. You're constantly trying to resize it, and then you got to hit publish and change, and they're so tiny. Um, you can go in to the YouTube studio so it looks like your laptop. It's just more difficult.
for me, I'm so precise when I do splicing, when I cut and edit things out that, yeah, I think that'd be tough to do on the phone and have it be accurate.
Every creator this, and I forgot, but what editing software or app do you use?
Use iMovie. So I've used it on the phone and the iPad, but I've also used it on iMovie. Yeah, I use it on the laptop too. It's different on the laptop. It has more, but like the phone is good if you're busy. I've edited while I'm in line at the grocery store before. So like the phone you always have, but if you want to do something a little more complicated, do it on the laptop. The laptop version didn't have as many choices for music though. But Misty said all my editing on the computer. Yeah.
I mean, I edit on my phone all the time because I use KineMaster, which has been great for me. I enjoy it. But it's funny. I watch. If anybody else watches Explorer Rinks, she lives in India. She does her lives while she's driving in heavy traffic. I'd be dead. I mean, she just bounces. She drives around talking like the person she's just talking to somebody in the car.
Well driving before, but I drive on very, very back roads. I wouldn't even do it if I was like on a highway or somewhere busy. And actually, I think I'm going to stop doing it because it'll cut out and it's distracted me before. So yeah, can't be.
Smooth she is with it. It's like doesn't bother her that the people are cutting her off.
Yeah, I wouldn't try it in heavy traffic, but I haven't seen her.
What are your what are your do you have any future plans that you can talk about? I know you might have something you don't want to talk about, but do you know what the next 6, 7 months, year is going to bring for your channel or what you're looking at doing?
Section on my phone, I keep a list of ideas. So just like the minute I think about it, I put it in there so that, if you I don't know, because later you're like, what video should I do? What was that idea I was thinking of? I can't remember. But if you have it all, and then I just choose something. I'd like to get out a lot more edited videos, and I have some ideas for videos that do take a lot more editing. But then, like, I have a real life too. I have a family. I have a full time job, so I haven't gotten these videos out, which is why I tend to do more live streams. So, I mean, ideally, within next year, I'd like to be consistent, but easier said than done because real life happens. You say I'm going to be consistent, something can happen in your personal life. I don't do this full time. I have a full time job and a life outside of YouTube. So, yeah, using the phone. It's because I mean a tablet's basically the phone without the phone part. So I mean I've used iMovie on the iPad as well. And the only downside is I don't always have my iPad with me, and I always have my phone with me. So I guess that's the advantage for me. Hello, hello, hello.
Comment in after I make this public. Put a comment in that gives everybody a chance. Teacher Kelly can go back and check and see if there's anybody to maybe follow, or you can go follow her. Just make your channel, put it down in the comments and just give us a brief description of what it is. And it does help. You got to interact, and you have to interact with people, and you have to be proactive if you want to grow.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you reach out to me first, and then I started following you. So
Like, I was intrigued, and then you did the monetization. Then I was like, oh, now I'm really intrigued, and then it's just gone from there. So I've enjoyed, and because I always liked your the way you do. You have those white things in your ears on your porch, and your video was always clear. You could good audio, and I was trying to get I try to get stuff. There's a million different things. You don't have to actually just like the person's niche either. There's people I follow. There's a girl that does she does nails. Now I
Right.
you know, but Roy, he does art, and I watch Susan from Art for the Becoming. She does. I like art. I like watching art. I can't do it. I like people that can. But what this girl does, the reason I saw it was she does these finger. She friended me or subscribed to me, and she does these. She does the long fingernails, and then she freehand paints all these designs. So that's the reason I watch her because she'll have a lady's hand right there, and she's drawing all these with just a thin paintbrush. And that just always intrigues me with people like that. So that to me is very relaxing. I can sit there and watch somebody try to do that. My hand, I'd have up on their knuckles and their arm, But so there's some people I like to watch because of their video techniques and their actual just how they do videoing. Is very interesting to me because you can learn something from everybody.
Yes, definitely. I saw some questions. Somebody was asking about time of day and what day of the week. I think that's the $1 million question. Probably does depend on your niche. I have noticed, especially shorts, but if you post on the weekend, I've noticed a higher view count, but not a holiday weekend. Not a holiday weekend. Don't. Yeah, but it's trial and error, really. And if it's something that's searchable, then it doesn't really matter what time of day, because then people are searching and will get your video. Or but my viral video, I don't even remember, it got traction maybe 3 weeks later, it went way up. So I mean, yeah, I don't know, it's the $1 million question, but
You can go to your when you go to YouTube Studio, you can go to the audience, and you can scroll down. You'll see the purple boxes, and you can see the brighter the purple, the more of your people are watching. But I started following that, and I'd be like, okay, I got to release on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I got to release at 2 p.m. Saturday I got to release at 5 p.m. So I was like religiously putting those times in. And then I realized, then I started watching my analytics where you watch the graphs. And, then I'd go back and watch those videos. And if I released it at 2, it did nothing from 2 to 5. And they told me the people that watch my channels are on it too. Well, I made the mistake. Well, what I didn't realize was when you dig deeper into the analytics, I had 80 to 85% new people watching the videos. Only 15% of my own subscribers were watching the videos. So the time in purple where my people were on didn't really have an impact because only 15% are watching them. What happened was then I realized, well, more people are watching on Monday through Friday. They're watching at 6 p.m. That's when I started to see more of a jump start where they'd watch them immediately because it was new viewers because it was only 15% at that time of my own viewers were watching them. So I found that so there's so many ways to read it to figure out, and then next week that completely flops. So like you said, you can have something that you released a day ago and it might not get traction until next week.
was asking, was I only talking about shorts? I guess I post a lot more shorts, so I've been able to test it more. But yeah, with shorts, definitely when I post on the weekend. Also, I've been posting twice a day. I'll post one in the morning, one in the afternoon. The afternoon ones definitely get more. As far as my own videos, I'm not sure. I guess I got to pay more attention, but yeah, you can look in your analytics, like you were saying, but.
Um, Sometimes you can just you can spend so much time staring at graphs and still not see a huge difference. So my philosophy the last 2 or 3 weeks has been I like gardening. I like getting dirty. I like doing stupid things, tell stupid jokes, dad jokes. So I just said, you know what? For 2, 3 weeks, I'm just going to be out here. I'll film what I'm doing. People can see what I'm. This is what I'm really like. Wednesday's video where I did that yeehaw hat. That's how me and my son and people I work with interact with each other. We just tell stupid jokes. We fumble around working, and I think people like authenticity more than they do sometimes trying to be so polished and perfect. They want to see what are you actually doing, and I'm sure a lot of people tune in because I'm a redneck with power tools, and they're hoping for that one off chance that something happens.
Yes. Mhm. Mhm.
NASA scientists to understand it.
Right.
And speaking of NASA, do you know how they you know how they set up a party in space?
Okay.
Yeah, they plan it. That's it. They plan it. How does NASA set up having a big party up in space?
Party.
Yeah, they plan it.
They plant. Okay.
No, they
I
plan it. They planned.
Oh, they plan it. I only heard the plant part. Okay, okay. See, okay, I got it. They said we're frozen. Oh, okay, well, we're back.
Cool, but that's not the
So
case.
frozen, frozen.
That's right. That's right. Well, I don't know if you saw the one there where literally, I babysat my grandson for 5 days because my daughter-in-law and son take an anniversary vacation, and so we always because he's special needs, so we take him, and because I help with him all the time, help with his therapies and stuff. So we have no problem dealing with him. So he comes over. We have a great time for 5 days, but I didn't. I had everything prearranged for 5 days and had it just scheduled out. Well, when they got back, I mean, I'm in the country. There was nothing at all happening around my house. Nothing. I see 2 cars a day. All of a sudden, so I dropped my grandson off that night. Get up the next morning because I had a live I wanted to film in the garden, do some editing, then do another live the next morning. So I go out, I set the live up. As soon as I walk out, they're setting a pole about 200 feet from my house, pounding into the ground with the big diesel truck and the beeping. And that's when I made the thing.
I've been at this live.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I said. Here I am. I got 400 subscribers. I'm famous now. Everybody wants to live around me. So
Yeah. No. Well, how old is your grandson? Oh, okay. All right. Well, so then as a grandparent of a special needs child, what kind of a topic would you like to see from me as a special needs teacher? What topics would be interesting?
my big thing is just living on this side of the fence, knowing what is having to deal with a special needs child, and and especially watching your own children have to deal with it, is just to kind of get the word out to inform others that they're 24/7. It's not when we were kids, our parents would say, "Get on your bikes, leave me alone for a couple hours." You know, well, you can't do that with a special needs child. They're 24/7. And those and the mom and dad, they need a break. And God bless those that are single parents that have a special needs. I just can't even imagine. Um, but and I know how difficult it is as a grandparent. The worst part for a grandparent is to watch their kids have to deal with that. But just to educate people that cook them a casserole, mow their lawn, uh, do something nice for them, just to give them something to smile about. Uh, they're dealing with something every single day, and they may make it look easy because, and there's a lot behind the scenes that people don't see. The emotion, um, frustration. Um, when they go out in public, a lot of times they have to put on the face, that everything's cool. Um, but they have their moments where, it's not easy. And that's what I would like to see is somebody talk. I would love to have another channel eventually someday. I did mention this. I think it's Rustic Rich Originals. He plays the guitar, and he said that the YouTube gave him some trouble on that at one point. But I'd really like to someday. I can't because I can't talk about the whole situation with him currently. I want to eventually, um, because of the certain things that have happened that caused all of this. But anyway, so I can't talk about some things. So I kind of beat around the bush on a lot of things. But I'd love to eventually have a channel where it would be people that have a child or a grandchild or a niece, nephew, whatever, um, that deal with this every day, and to have a place where they can come talk about it. Have support from other people that they deal with the same stuff. They can actually, because you know what it's like to be able to, if you've went through it yourself, and you can actually help you can actually sometimes talk it through with them. You know, to have that same experience does sometimes help to be able to talk to that person. And but a lot of times those people are just looking for somebody to just they just need 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes just to go outside and breathe or just something. And that's why we do that. We give them that week, and then I take care of them once a week because they're both first responders, and they both work for the same place. And there's that, so I take care of him the night before my son's a paramedic, and so before he goes in, I go over that night so I can do all of his meds, feed him that night, so he can just he goes on his computer and plays his games with his friends. He goes to bed when he wants to go to bed. My grandson can be up with, if he stays up all night, doesn't matter. I'm there. I don't care. I'm used to working 12-hour nights, 6 to 6, 6 p.m., 6 a.m. I can stay up all night. Doesn't bother me. And then when he goes in, I wait for my daughter-in-law to come home. And then if she needs to take a nap, she can come in, take a nap before she has to start taking care of, my grandson, her son. So, because she's also a first responder, so they work for the same place. Like I said, and it gives them this. Then, because what would happen is he would have to then take him to work in the morning, and then she's got to immediately put him back in her car and then come back home. And it's just no. So we decided my wife has a really good job, so I stay home and take help with my grandson. And then I've reversed our house, all that, and so that we made it our goal that we wanted to be a part of helping him and them. And so that's what we do. So I would love to see. Long story short, is I'd love to see a topic where just bring to light that you know there's people out there that struggle every day with something like that. It is a struggle. Um, that to try to convince people that, hey, go help. If you want to help somebody, help them. That's who you can help in your own vicinity, in your own neighborhood. Help your friend, help your family, whatever.
A couple people on because they started doing a series where I started interviewing parents of special needs kids to try to help my channels for teachers. Teachers understand. But so if you ever want to come on my channel and talk about it, of course, you probably want to make sure it's okay with your son and daughter-in-law. But yeah, you're welcome to come on my channel and we could talk about this sometime. So yeah. Yeah, they said that is so cool. They are blessed to have you. Definitely. They're so lucky to have the help. Definitely. Mm.
When this all first went down, for some reason, and we still can't figure it out, he took to me immediately. He just he wants me. If I do a lot of therapy with him, physical therapy and occupational things. So I mean, I spend a lot of time with him. But he immediately, if I hold him, he's happy. He was smiling, and then yeah, just he for some reason they always say I'm his favorite. But when I'm with him, he doesn't never. If he's sick, it's one thing, but he's always happy and it's so I mean, we took that as a sign. I'm like, you know what? I'll definitely work with him. He's my grandson. He's a great kid. I mean, he is a blast. I mean, we have a blast with him. So um, that's why you'll see a lot of the shirts I have are Sasquatch based, and they'll have something. It'll say Grandpa Grandpa Squatch. Actually, actually, I have it on right now under this one. It's my grandpa's watch, and it's got my three grandkids' names on, and then it says the myth, the bad influence.
Yes.
But you said you work in special education now, right?
School level, yep. Mhm.
Talking about Explorer a few minutes ago about how she drives while she's doing her lives.
About,
Yep,
yes.
Explorer
Mhm.
Rinks. Yep, yep. She's very nice. Yep, yep. You have any other questions for me? Does anybody else have any questions for Teacher Kelly? Now's the time to ask. While we're waiting, remember Misty's Pleasures of Life will be on next Wednesday, and I'll do a couple updates between now and then. Explore Rinks. We have Teacher Kelly tags on for to ask her questions about her channel. She is currently monetized and living the high life.
Which you need if you don't know, because maybe you don't if you're not monetized. You have to have $100 to get the first check. Yes, yes. Talking about YouTube AdSense because there are other ways to make money on YouTube, and I have made money in other ways. So, hello, Explore.
I'm starting to do merchandise. I want to start doing some merchandise for my channel. I have a logo and everything, and I want to do hats and mugs. And then, like I said, I do some stuff in my community with my garden because I'm going to do a pumpkin giveaway, and then I can give them something, or then they can see my merchandise. And I'm going to, me and Silent Sky or Allison, uh, her channel, she lives about an hour from me in Texas. We're going to do a couple lives at a coffee shop and a library and things like that, or not a bookstore, not a library. We're calling them live lives, where we're actually live doing a live on YouTube. But Kelly, what's the best part of YouTube for you?
Say the community. I feel like it's a different kind of social media where you meet people and we all, I had a group of online teacher friends for a while and now I've met this community. It's wonderful. What makes me consistent? I enjoy doing that, so I want to, and I can't really say I am consistent. So, yeah. Mhm. It,
Family. Family comes first, in my opinion. So I
definitely.
mean, obviously, if there's a family event or this, family is going to come first. So it is tough to be consistent when you have a family.
Mhm. So an explorer says, I'm losing patience. For your YouTube channel, I assume? Hopefully not with us.
It's probably in traffic. She's probably in traffic.
Oh, yeah. And you said in India. They got a lot of people there. So, right. Tell us more. So for a while, I was doing some videos for study.com. Actually, you want to know how I got that gig? I was using their product. They were a little expensive, but I really liked their product. I said, hey, I wonder if they have some kind of ambassador program. So I wrote to them and said, do you have an ambassador program? And they sent me the stuff to sign up. And one of the things you just post on social media, you get like $10, but like another thing was to make videos. And but I've also had people contact me and give me free stuff in exchange for saying something on my channel about it. So yeah, affiliate links is another way. Yeah.